Hey all, hope you're doing great. So in the previous few videos, I taught you how to do RIP, dynamic routing protocols, and then how to implement EIGRP and OSPF as well. Today, I'm going to show you how if we have one topology and we have different routing protocols implemented among different networks. For example, if we have, in this example, what we're going to do is we're going to have RIP implemented in these two networks, EIGRP implemented in these two, and then OSPF implemented in these two. So obviously these two devices or these two networks are going to be able to communicate with each other. And then these two are going to be able to communicate with each other, and same for these two. But all three of them, or not all three of them, but like this block and then the third block, all three blocks can communicate with each other since they have different dynamic routing protocols implemented in them. So what we do is when we have this kind of a problem, we redistribute the routing, and we do that by connecting a router in the middle, which is going to be used for redistribution. So let's go ahead and start by just implementing RIP, EIGRP, and then OSPF over here, and then we're going to carry on with the redistribution. So first of all, RIP over here, let me just go ahead and pin down a note. So I've already assigned IPs and I've already made the topology. If you want to see how to do that, I'll also add those video links in the description below. And I've removed the port labels right now so that you can see the IPs more clearly. So we're going to start off with this router. So you click on the router, you go to CLI, enter, enable, config T, and then let's just go ahead and say router RIP version 2. And as you know, in RIP, we just write the networks that are directly connected. So the directly connected networks are 1.1.1.1, and the other one is 2.1.1.1. So there we go. Let's go ahead and exit. And then let's do this for the next router, for this one. So enable, config T, router RIP, version 2, then the directly connected networks, which are 1.1.1.2, and then the other ones are, we have 3.1.1.1, and lastly 4.1.1.1. There we go. Let's go ahead and exit. So we've done RIP in this block. Let's do EIGRP in this block, and let's give it the process ID 10. Okay, so let's start with this router. CLI, enable, config T, router EIGRP 10. Let's see which ones are directly connected to it. So let's say network. And then we have 12.1.1.1 in direct connection, and then 6.1.1.2. And lastly, we have 11.1.1.1. Then we'll just write no auto summary, and once we're done, we can exit. Okay, let's do that for this router as well. So CLI, enable, T, router EIGRP 10, and let's see what the direct connected networks are. So we have network 11.1.1.2 and network 13.1.1.1. No auto summary. And that's it. Okay. Now let's do OSPF with process ID 10 for this block. So let's say OSPF 10. Okay, let's start with this router. So CLI, enable, config T, router OSPF 10. And then what we do is that we write network, we write the directly connected, which is 9.1.1.1, and then the wildcard mask, which, as you know, that we're using class A, and the wildcard mask for class A is 0.255.255.255, and let's use area 1. And then the other directly connected one is 7.1.1.2, this one here. Okay, then let's go ahead and do exit. And let's also do this for this router here. So enter, enable, config T, router OSPF 10, and then the direct connected network is 7.1.1.1. Here we have the wildcard mask. And then finally we have the area, which is 1. Then we also have 8.1.1 indirect connection, and we also have 5.1.1.2 indirect connection. Go ahead and exit. So right now, if we were to say show IP route, we'd see that 3 of them, 5, 7, and 8, are in direct connection, and obviously this one, this 9 over here, is connected through OSPF. In the same way, if we were to do show IP route over here, we'd see that we just have direct connections and RIP routing. And in this one, we'd see that we just have EIGRP connections and direct routing. And if we were to send a message from this end device to this end device, if it be successful, once again, from this end device to this end device, let's go ahead and double click over there. We'd see that it's successful, and then from this end device to this end device, it would also be successful, since they're in the same block. But if we were to go ahead and try to send a message from here to here, that would give us failed. Even if we went ahead and double clicked, it would still give us failed, since these blocks are not connected through any routing protocol. And for that, what we do is that we place a router in the middle. And first of all, what we're going to want to do is that let's do RIP, EIGRP, and OSPF with this router. So RIP from this side, EIGRP from this side, and OSPF from this side. And then we're going to carry on with the redistribution. So let's just do first the routing. Let's say enable, config T. Let's start off with RIP, so router RIP version 2, and we're just going to do it for this side, and this side indirect connection is 4.1.1.2. So that's it for RIP. Now let's go ahead and do this for EIGRP with process ID 10. So config T, router EIGRP 10. And let's see, so this direct connected network, the one that's going over to the EIGRP block, is 6.1.1.1. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and do this for OSPF. So router OSPF 10. And let's see what this block is connected with 5.1.1.2. So we're going to write network 5.1.1.1 is the one that's in direct connection. So that, then we're going to write the wildcard mask, and then finally we're going to write area 1. So what we've done is that we've just given this router the direct routing, and RIP over here, EIGRP over here, and OSPF over here. But however, we haven't really done the redistribution right now. So we're going to do redistribution for this side first, then for this side, and then for this side, and we're going to use this router in all 3 cases. Let me show you how that's done. So let's go ahead and exit once again, and let's start enable and config T again. So first, we're going to do the redistribution for RIP. So you write router RIP, and you write version 2. And then you're going to write redistribute. So these are the exact commands. If you want to follow along, you can open up your Cisco Packet Tracer and do it with me. So you write redistribute. Let's do EIGRP first. So we're going to say redistribute EIGRP 10. If you have some different process ID, then you would write that over here. For example, if you're doing EIGRP 20, then you would have written 20 over here. Then you write metric, and then if you don't know what to write after that, you place a question mark, and it gives you that you can use any number between 0 and 16. And since we want for one hop from here to here, we're going to say metric 1. So that same command, redistribute EIGRP 10 metric. You don't really need to place the question mark. I just did that to show you. So you're going to say metric 1 and enter. And then you're going to do the same command with OSPF 10. And now let's go ahead and exit. Now, if you were to say show IP route over here, we'd say that it would give us that it's connected through RIP to all the networks. And then obviously the direct connections are connected directly. If you wanted to do show IP route over here, we'd see that this one, however, still has not gotten itself connected through OSPF with the other networks. That's because we've only just done redistribution for RIP. So now let's go ahead and do redistribution for EIGRP. So once again, enable config T, we're doing this for this router, okay? The router that's in the middle. So config T, and let's say router EIGRP 10. And let's redistribute RIP first. So redistribute RIP metric 1. And let's also place a question mark since that's not enough. So what you're going to do is you're going to place 400s after that. That's just the command. And then you're also going to want to do this with OSPF 10. So router OSPF 10, metric 1, and then 400s after that. And let's go ahead and press enter. And then exit. So if you were to go over here now and say show IP route, you'd see that it's now connected with DX, which means EIGRP, and EX means external. So EIGRP externally is connected with all the other networks, and then obviously it's in direct connection to the ones that are directly connected to it. And let's also do this redistribution for OSPF 10. So for the block over here, so enable config T, and we'll say router OSPF 10, and let's say redistribute RIP. And you'll see that sometimes it'll say only classful networks will be redistributed, which sometimes give you an issue. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to say redistribute RIP and then space, and you're going to say subnets like that. And let's press enter. And let's also do the same with EIGRP, router EIGRP 10 subnets. And let's go ahead and exit. And now if you were to go to this router here and say show IP route, we'd see that the ones in direct connection are connected directly, and then all the others are connected externally through OSPF. So as you can see, E2 is OSPF external type 2. So that's how you do redistribution. Let's go ahead and see if it worked. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a message from this end device to this one, and then let's also try that from here to here, and lastly from here to here. And you can see that they've all successfully been, all the routing protocols, all the routing has successfully been redistributed, and we can communicate from an end device in any network to an end device in any other network, whether they are from the same block, from the same routing protocol or not. So that's it for this video. We study redistribution. If you have any questions at all, or if you have any requests for any more videos, please let me know, and see you next time. Hope you learned something.